What's going on, movie fans? My name is Michael Weer. I love talking about movies, and we've made it to another month in 2024. It is officially the month of May, and it's exciting because we get to talk about a brand new slate of movies coming with this brand new month. Now, this is a video series that I've been doing for well over a year now, so if you know anything about these are videos where I talk about the movies that are coming out that are on my personal radar. These are the ones I'm excited for, the ones I'm going to try and make time for, whether they're streaming or in theaters. But just like all of my previous videos, if there's something on your radar that is not on this list, I would love for you to let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know why you're excited about it and if you plan on seeing it, and I will do my best to check that movie out. Can't always guarantee it. It's just the way it goes. But with that said, we are going to talk about May of 2024 brand new movie releases. We get a bit of a mixed bag right out of the gate because on May 3rd, we get 4 brand new movies to talk about. Well, 3 of them are brand new. We'll get to that. The first movie is a brand new movie coming to Netflix, directed by Jerry Seinfeld and starring Jerry Seinfeld, called Unfrosted. And Unfrosted is a movie about the creation of Pop-Tarts. Last year, we got the creation of the BlackBerry cell phone in the movie BlackBerry, which was fantastic. We also got Flamin' Hots, which was a movie about the creation of the Flamin' Hot Cheeto that I never actually watched, so I can't confirm if that was good or bad, but the trend is continuing into 2024 because now we are getting Unfrosted when Pop-Tarts hit the market and took on the cereal industry. And I don't know, with Jerry Seinfeld behind it, I think it might be a fun time. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Is this a movie that's on your radar? Next up on May 3rd, a little bit of horror flavor for those of you who enjoy horror just as much as I do, and it is Tarot. And this is a movie about a group of kids who play with tarot cards, and then whatever card they are dealt, that is the monstrous creature that comes to take their soul. I think that's the best I got. I don't know. It looked brutal. It looks like a lot of fun, but it also looks like it could be a really bad teen horror movie. So it's not a movie I would recommend you see on Friday night because all of the teens are going to gravitate to that and ruin your experience. It's a movie that I'd either recommend catching on a Thursday or waiting the weekend out to watch because you are going to get those teenagers that just try to ruin the experience because that is the world we live in. There are no ushers anymore that tell people to put away their cell phones, and it is the most annoying thing. But Tarot, it's a new horror movie. I hope it's a fun time. Next up, we're going to talk about the re-release movie of the week. Seems like we're getting more and more of those, and you know what? I'm here for it because these are some movies that I didn't get to watch in theaters and that I absolutely love. And so the re-release movie of the week on May 3rd is Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. And you know what? I am going to go see this movie in IMAX. I'm going to take my son. It's his first time watching it. It's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. Are you going to check out the re-release for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? Let me know. And finally, guys, the last movie we're going to talk about on May 3rd, the headline movie for the weekend, The Fall Guy. And The Fall Guy is a movie starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. They're making a movie. Ryan Gosling is the stunt man, and the movie looks like a ton of fun in the trailers. This is also on my most anticipated list of 2024 that I put out earlier this year, and it's the first most anticipated movie of 24 that I'm getting a chance to watch and review on this channel for this year, so I'm excited about that as well. The Fall Guy looks like it's going to be a great time. I hope that it is a great movie because we need one of those in 24. But with that said, let's move on to the next weekend. On May 10th, we get one film coming out, and it is the headline movie of the weekend, probably the weekend that nobody wanted to mess with. That's why there's only one big release coming out that week, and it is The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I recently sat down and I rewatched the Planet of the Apes trilogy that came out in the early 2010s. Loved those movies so much. My wife sat down and watched them with me. She also enjoyed it. This movie's continuing that storyline just many thousands of years later. I think it takes place 2,000 years later. So I am really looking forward to watching this movie, seeing the apes again, because there's something about watching the big giant apes on the screen. The Planet of the Apes movies have always been favorites of mine, even when I was a little kid, watching the original Planet of the Apes movie with my mom and that Charlton Heston scene at the end where you've got the Statue of Liberty. Oh, it's such a great movie. But Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the trailers look great, although I've been seeing them for way too long, so I am ready for this thing to come out. I'm excited for it. Are you checking out Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? Moving on to the next weekend, May 17th, we get 3 brand new movies. The first one is directed by John Krasinski, and it's called If, and If stands for Imaginary Friends. Now, we did get a movie about imaginary Beans earlier this year from Blumhouse called Imaginary, and this is very much so not that movie. This looks like a very family-friendly movie. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it, and it's got Steve Carell as one of the voices in it, and it looks like a lot of fun. I hope it's a family-friendly movie that I can take my kids to. That's what I'm banking on. I think it looks like it's going to be, so I'm gonna have to wait till it comes out and kind of check, like, can I take my kids to it? But if comes out on May 17th, are you looking forward to that one? Next up, we have a movie that I'm not too interested in. It's on my radar. If I have time, I will check it out, but it is called Back to Black, and it is the Amy Winehouse movie. Now, I don't really know much about Amy Winehouse or her story, and I'm not a huge fan of music biopics because if the family is still around, they're calling the shots for that movie, and typically the musician, they just get painted as like saints, and it's like, oh, they weren't. But all right, we'll just pretend that they are. So I've not seen Hollywood deviate from the machine that is music biopics. They want the fans to come to the movie, and they want the fans to be justified with their loyalty to that brand, to that music. And so they don't really paint them in a negative light at all. Not saying that she has anything to be painted in. It's just that's what you get out of music biopics these days. And I usually want nothing to do with them. So Back to Black comes out. Maybe it's a movie that you're excited about. I'm not really. It's going to have to be like I have nothing going on that weekend. And finally, on May 17th, the final movie to come out. For me, it's the headline movie of the weekend, and it is the reboot remake of The Strangers Chapter 1. Now, fun fact, all 3 chapters of The Strangers movies were filmed over a year ago. So we have Strangers Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3 all in the works, all ready to go. And we thought maybe we'd get them released to streaming. But then they threw a curveball at us and they were like, nope, these are going to theaters, and here's your first date for the first movie. Now, I was very excited about this until I saw the trailer. And when I saw the trailer, my anticipation level really dropped because this looks pretty much like a shot-for-shot remake of The Strangers. And the original Strangers movie is one of my favorite horror movies. I love just the breaking and entering, just slaughtering people because they were home. And I really don't want that ruined. I thought that experience I had with that movie, I was a teenager, it just rocked my world. I was like, that is what is really terrifying. People going around and doing stuff like that for no reason. And so this movie, I saw the preview, and the preview just looks like it's beat for beat that original movie. I hope there's something new, but they showed you a lot in that trailer. So we will see what happens. But the fact that it's a 3-part trilogy tells me that maybe they've got something big in store for the next 2 chapters, and you've got to sort of get through this first chapter. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still going to go see it. It's a horror movie. I'll be there day 1 with my wife. But The Strangers Chapter 1, are you looking forward to it? Did you even know it was coming out? Let me know. On May 24th, guys, we get 2 brand new movies. The first one is the Garfield movie starring Chris Pratt as the voice of Garfield. And I don't know what to think about this one. I also think Sam Jackson plays his dad. I think that's what I read. I saw the trailer once. It looked fun. I think my kids are excited about this one. It might be one that I take my kids to. So I'm hoping it's a good time. The Garfield movie, I hope. And the other movie coming out on May 24th, the headline for the weekend is Furiosa, and this is a Mad Max saga movie. You had Mad Max Fury Road come out several years ago, almost 10 years ago, I think. It's been a while. And so you have Mad Max Fury Road that came out, and now you're going to explore Furiosa's story in the Furiosa movie. It has Anya Taylor-Joy in it. It has Chris Hemsworth in it. Both of those are 2 people that I will go to a movie for just about anything they are in. So I'm excited for this movie. Mad Max Furiosa, or just Furiosa, I guess. Are you excited about it? This is one I'm really looking forward to this year. And finally, guys, on May 31st, we have one movie. It will be a limited release. It will be a low-budget horror movie, but say less, I'm in. It is In a Violent Nature. Now, this is a movie that I saw the trailer for and immediately was hooked. This is a horror movie where you follow the Jason Voorhees-like character instead of following the other characters of the movie. And to me, there's just something unique about that makes me want to go see this movie. Like, you've got a killer in the woods and you just follow him around, and as he rolls up on these people's campsite, you don't know what's going on. You don't know the drama that they've got going on. This is just from his point of view, the serial killer, the masked monster in the woods. To me, that's a cool idea. So it may not play out as cool as it is in my mind. Again, there's just something unique about it, and I'm hoping it's a fun time. And so guys, those are all the movies coming out in May of 2024, and I'm very excited for these. I'm going to do my best to watch all of the ones that I've just listed. But again, if you've got movies that are coming out in May of 24 that I didn't list here, let me know in the comment section down below where I can find them. I will look into them, and I will do my best to watch them. I try to do a YouTube short for everything that I see, whether I do a full review for it or not, and I try to get as many full reviews done as possible. So don't forget to keep checking back in the month of May for reviews on all of these movies as well. Finally, guys, if you like this video and you want to watch more, don't forget to hit the like button because it helps the video, it helps the channel, and it helps me right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, guys, we get to the end of my May 2024 brand new movie releases. I'm excited to watch these movies like I am every month. I go into all these movies with such optimism, and then this year has been a bit of a letdown so far. Admittedly, 2024 has not been a great year for movies. There's a handful that I would say are really good, and that's the best I can give you. There's one I think stands above the rest, and then there's just a pile of garbage that has come out. So I hope May is the turnaround point. I hope May really just shines a light on 2024 as being a great year for movies. Maybe it was the strikes last year. Maybe it's just the content coming out. I don't know. But if you like this video and you want to watch other content on my channel, well, I've got all of my 2024 upcoming movies right there. And I've got all of my 2024 movie reviews right there.